Islam, Shalom, Hola, Aloha, Osio, Bonjour, Assalamu Alaikum. This is your brother Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live in full effect. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell down below so you can be notified whenever I'm dropping new content. Leave a comment and interact with me. Thank you. I really do appreciate your viewership. Let's jump into another one. I want to talk about ChatGPT once again. Let's ask it some questions. So, right here, I typed in, why should you always record police encounters on ChatGPT, and let's search it. Let's see exactly what it says. I have a few points here. Okay, it says recording police encounters can serve several important purposes. Number one, accountability. Video evidence can hold law enforcement accountable for their actions, helping to ensure they adhere to protocol and treat individuals fairly. Number two, documentation. All right, let's talk a little bit about the first one, accountability. Very, very important because, it pretty much let them know that they have eyes on them. It's not just their cameras. So some policy enforcers or some police often act a little different, when it comes to being filmed. And they know it's not just their cameras that are recording the body cams. But let's continue. So documentation, number two, a recording provides an objective record of the encounter, which can be useful in case of disputes about what occurred. So, there's only so much that can be misconstrued from a video. Hearsay can be a little bit of hearsay can be dispelled. There's often that thing about there's often that saying when it comes to police encounters. When people would often say, we don't know what happened before the video started and things of that nature. So it's very important, to keep documentation of your own just in case there's a dispute, because their body cameras can be held. They can be held without being released to the public or to the family. And then you would have to get like a court order or something like that, and they can be withheld from the public, from public scrutiny. So it's good to have your own record. Therefore, you can do with that record as you please. You can submit it to the press, to news media if you want. You can post it online in order to get more public outreach. So there's different things you can do when you have your own very own personal recording of a encounter. All right, so let's continue. Protection. It can protect individuals from potential misconduct or false accusations, providing clarity and evidence of the event. Very, very important. We've seen some cases where there has been evidence planted to incriminate a motorist, somebody who might be behind the wheels of an automobile, someone who's traveling, planting of evidence like maybe drug paraphernalia or other illegal substances that, there was one instance where I remember it could have been a sheriff's deputy or a policy enforcer, but they broke the seal on an alcohol container that was in someone's automobile, and then attempted to try to charge them for having an open alcohol container when the container was originally not open. So, things of that nature. But luckily, it was caught on the body cam, I believe. So that helped protect the traveler, from a false accusation. And also, it clarified, the evidence of the event. So let's continue along here. Number 4, awareness. It raises awareness about police practices and can contribute to a broader discussion about law enforcement reform. It can definitely do that. It just, lets everybody in that situation, or people who care about these situations, which should be every member of the public, just makes them aware of, what's going on, how these things do happen, how professional some people are, and things of that nature. So it can also make like officers or other members of law enforcement aware of potential misconduct, or that the public eye is on them. So it could it pretty much puts a lot of people on their P's and Q's, and you tend to get a more professional outcome when when a recording is on. So I would say that goes into awareness. Let's say number 5, legal support. Recorded evidence can be invaluable in legal proceedings, whether defending against charges or pursuing complaints against officers. All right, so it's definitely very important. Like I said, it can be invaluable for your attorney, or any legal representation you might have, whatever counsel you might have for the case, to actually have access to that video or that film, to have a clear scope, like I said. So a Freedom of Information Act doesn't have to be filed in order for you to get access to that legal record. I also wanted to make a point that ChatGPT gives different answers on this device than it gives on the device I'm recording with now. So I actually have a different list of what ChatGPT actually gave me on this one versus when I'm searching it on this one. I just want you to be aware that these AIs are not perfect, but they can give us maybe like a draft or like a rough outline of what to look toward, or like kind of like a blueprint on what to do. But it's always good to go through these details with like a fine-tooth comb to make sure all your I's are dotted, all your T's are crossed, things of that nature. So it says always check local laws regarding recording in public to assure compliance. All right, because some states have attempted to pass like anti-surveillance laws, or certain like privacy laws that could potentially hinder recording someone without their consent, like two-party consent, in order to record someone in like a public space. But we know that the First Amendment protects the freedom of press. So as long as it's clear that you clearly articulate that you are exercising your First Amendment right, you should be protected in all of your recording and your pursuits. All right. Once again, this is your brother Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor. Peace.